Hello, I'm Mike Gresk, Mayor of Wheaton, and I'd like to welcome you to this month's edition of Chat with the Mayor. Our guests today come to us from DuPage Habitat for Humanity, and they are the Executive Director, Sarah Brachle, and also the Business Manager, John Peterson. John, Sarah, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Just a couple questions in general. The background to Habitat for Humanity, I'm sure people are aware of it. I'm sure they see it on TV, but we have a local branch of it. And could you tell me its founding and its purpose?
Absolutely. Habitat for Humanity International is an ecumenical Christian housing ministry. It was actually founded in Zaire about 35 years ago, and now, 35 years later, it is the 14th largest home builder in the world, the only nonprofit in the top 20 category. We're in over 90 countries, and we're pretty much everywhere here in the U.S. So DuPage Habitat for Humanity serves DuPage County, and we carry out our mission locally.
Okay, and how would one become a Habitat homeowner? What would you have to do if you're interested in the organization? What are the steps?
Yeah, we have a lot of folks that still think that Habitat gives away homes, and that's really not the case. We sell homes to working families who wouldn't normally qualify for a bank mortgage, but do have a steady source of income. So when we're looking for prospective Habitat homeowners, we're looking for people that do have a steady source of income, but they also have a need for affordable housing. So their current situation is either overcrowded, they're paying too much, it's substandard. In addition to that need and that ability to pay, we're looking for folks that have a willingness to partner with us, because one of the important parts of the Habitat model is that homeowners build their own homes alongside volunteers and also contribute to the building of other people's homes. So they have to put in hundreds of hours of what we call sweat equity. And then here in DuPage, we're looking for folks that either live or work in DuPage County. And actually we have an application session coming up where folks can hear more about this and actually get an application to become a homeowner.
Yeah, our next application session is going to be Saturday, October 18th. It's going to be held at St. Isidore's Catholic Church in Bloomingdale, Illinois. And it's from 10 until noon, and people need to attend the whole meeting in order to get the application and their questions answered and the details on applying. And
the application meeting is required in order to apply. You simply
Correct.
can't just apply online. You have
Exactly.
to have to attend there. And the purpose behind that, John, why do you have that requirement in the process?
Well, I'm sorry, John, but the
Well,
number
I
of
hear you. It's good.
jump right in. Because of the high cost of land here in DuPage County, we're not building volumes of homes. Typically, we've built between 2 and 4 homes a year. And so we don't have a waiting list. We only select the number of homeowners that we need to fill the next year's group of homes. So we offer those application sessions once or twice a year. We want to make sure that everyone completely understands the program and knows what they're getting into, because there are requirements on the homeowner, as I mentioned.
Such as?
Well, in addition to the things that we're looking for when someone applies to become a homeowner, once they become a Habitat homeowner, they're really entering a partnership with us for the next 30 years, because DuPage Habitat keeps and owns the mortgage. So since we are offering a 0% interest mortgage, no bank's going to take that mortgage. That's a Habitat mortgage. So we continue to service the mortgages. As part of that deal, Habitat homeowners agree that they will always keep that home as their primary residence. They'll never rent the home. They'll promise to keep up the exterior of the home. And then we agree on a shared appreciation formula so that the homeowner can never flip the home.
I was going to ask, what's stopping someone from coming in, applying, go through the procedure, and then turning around and selling it, at a profit in a relatively short time? What would prevent that?
There's a covenant restriction in the mortgage documents. So the homeowner understands that if they ever go to sell during the course of owning the home, first off, Habitat retains the right of first refusal. So we always have the option first to buy it back, and we figure out the market price with an appraisal and then plug it into the formula. But then the equity is structured so that the longer the homeowner's in the home, the more money they get upon time of sale. And then at the end of 30 years, they own it free and clear.
Wow. If people in Wheaton want to get involved, what steps could they take? And I guess as a way to answer that question too, how are you organized internally? What do you have, a board of directors? What is your structure as a as a group, as a corporation? Either John or.
Yeah, in terms of getting involved, we love having people volunteer. We are a volunteer organization. We have a volunteer meeting on the second Tuesday of each month, and you can get more information on that meeting at our website, which is www.dupagehabitat.org. But we have, along with the construction that everybody knows about and thinks about, we have lots of other committees where people can get involved. We have committees that select our sites and go out and look at that. People with real estate background help with that. We have people that help with the finance side of things, the family selection, family support, special events. We have fundraising events. We meet with churches and reach out to governments and towns in DuPage County. So there's all sorts of areas where people can get involved and help us out by using their gifts to support DuPage Habitat.
It would sound like a mentoring program is part of the
Each family is paired with a mentor and sponsor to help them through the process of home ownership. But as John is mentioning, we are a very volunteer-driven organization. We are the only 2 full-time staff. We have 2 part-time staff.
Mm-hmm.
We have an 11-member volunteer board of directors. So we run on volunteers. It's unbelievable what you can accomplish when committed people come together.
Truly. Where do you see the need for the Habitat organization, here in DuPage County? I'm sure there are people out there who probably have not heard it before, heard about you before, see this, see this interview, and would want to know where do you see the greatest need in DuPage County? What needs do you fill here in DuPage County?
Yeah, we get that question a lot because people know how wealthy DuPage is. It's the 19th wealthiest county in the United States, and so they wonder, is there really a need for habitat here? Because they picture it in sort of other areas of the world. But really, there is a need for habitat here because what we're seeing happening in DuPage County is we have a median income right now of about $70,000 a year and a median sales price of $330,000 a year. So in order to be able to buy a home at the median, a family would need to make over $110,000 a year. It's a disconnect between what people are really making and what they'd need to make to be able to afford a home here. And that doesn't just matter to those families, that matters to all of us because these are the folks that are working in our hospitals, in our restaurants, in our banks as bank tellers. They're working in the schools as firefighters. These are the folks that make our community work, and we need them to live locally because they're the undergirding of our community. So for that reason, having affordable housing helps DuPage work and be a viable community. But it also has an impact on the traffic patterns coming in and out of this area. In the last 20 years, we've seen a huge increase in the number of folks that are coming into DuPage to work because so many companies have moved out their headquarters out here. And that clogs the roads for all of us. We all feel the effects of that. So it's important that people can live closer to where they work and that we have options, housing options to build a diverse community.
Okay, and John, you mentioned that there are various other committees. I think if anybody has an image of Habitat, it's somebody with a tool belt,
Exactly.
swinging a hammer. Or what if you have people that are challenged in terms of tool belts and hammers? What might they do for the organization?
Well, we do welcome anybody on a construction site because we'll train you and teach you how to do what you're doing that day. But yeah, like I said, we have 11 different committees or 12 different committees that deal with IT, finance, sites, family selection, family support. We call it business relations or government relations, reaching out to towns in DuPage County and businesses in DuPage County to get them involved. We have a few major events we do each year, and so we have a special events committee that runs that, a PR committee that reaches out to news and press.
Yeah, really, we have a lot of folks that donate their time pro bono on specific skill sets. So, attorneys that donate their hours and things like that. And then other people who want to get away from what they do in their jobs and do something different. So we have an application, and then we meet individually with new volunteers to find out where you fit. But I guarantee you we can find a place for everybody. There's a lot of need.
Sarah, you mentioned